Humans of all ages, he's back. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend. It is Kevin.
Hey, welcome everybody behind the velvet rope, episode 6. Class is in session. Big thank you to my producer Andrew, keeping me online, keep me on target, as it were. Right now, I'm going to tell you as we keep things moving along,
You
it's
stole
about
it.
tipping. Yes, I did. It's all about tipping, ladies and gentlemen. This is an episode near and dear to my heart. I don't care if you've been a waitress at a Denny's or you've delivered pizzas. If you've lived by the tip and died by the tip, you know how important it is. So when you go to the club, that doesn't change. Everybody in that building is working for tips. Dancers work for just tips. The employees work for minimum wage or whatever the waitress minimum wage in their state is plus tips. So generally, trust me, they're counting on you. And it doesn't matter whether it's the door girl. When you pay your cover charge, you show your ID. Either you're mad that she carded you because, hey, I'm 40, or you're thrilled she carded you because, hey, I'm 40. But tip your door girl. That girl's the one that's going to get you a cab if you're too drunk to drive. She's the one that's going to look out for you a little bit. And she's going to spread the word to the girls, hey, that guy's tipping. He's a good guy. If you're not tipping, don't be surprised if nobody comes up and says hello. Now, should you tip security is a good question. Now, here's the deal. If you're not planning on getting thrown out, you don't have to. But if you tip security, you're going to get a little more leeway and a little more respect. And the other thing is somebody else decides, I don't like your shoes, I don't like your shirt, I'm going to beat you up. You just tip the security guy. He's on your side. He's going to protect you. Now, that's his job, but how quickly he protects you is up to how much you tipped him, frankly. It's just the way that works. Now, waitresses and bartenders, whole nother subject. The better you tip your bartender, the better the drinks taste. That's just the way it is. You're going to get quicker service, better drinks. That's what you're there for. Waitresses, if you're sitting out on the floor watching the show and you're wondering, why is she not coming back? It's because you tipped her a quarter on a $3.75 drink is why she's going to come back later. She's going to take care of everybody else who tipped her a little bit more. Doesn't even have to be statistically much more. Just a little more. You know, the old saying, keep the change. It's like, yeah, keep the change is okay, but you really want them to keep the cash. Typical thing, tip $2 or $3 every time you order a drink. That's the way that works for waitresses and bartenders. Take care of them. They will take care of you. And they're the ones that decide whether you get cut off. They're the ones that are going to send dancers your direction, and they're going to send either good dancers or dancers that annoy the staff, and they just kind of, you go talk to him. He might have a lot of money. You want to have the best experience. You want to make the most out of your visit to a gentleman's club. Tipping is everything. And that includes, another subject near and dear to my heart, DJs. Everybody in the club thinks, I can think of a song. We just get this place kicked off. They're going to come to the booth, and they're going to make a request. And then they're going to wonder why they never heard their song. A couple reasons. One, it may not fit the format. And two, they didn't tip the DJ. He has no motivation to play a song that a girl may not normally dance to because you didn't tip. Because if you're not going to tip him for playing your song, you're probably not going to tip her for dancing to your song.
Now, don't spend too much time on that because that's a whole nother episode.
That episode's coming, and you're right. But it is somebody I want to see tipped. I want to see your DJs tipped. But the most important, the critical factor of the adult entertainment industry are the entertainers, the dancers, strippers, if you will, whatever they are, they're the ones. And I mean, you'll hear every DJ and every club do a variation of, hey, bigger the bill, bigger the thrill. You don't have to give her the tip, just the whole thing. Or, the bigger the tip, the better. Any variation of that is going to go. But here's the deal. The girl on stage, she doesn't get a cut of the cover charge. All she makes is what you tip her, or if she's buying a dance. And if she buys a dance, every club in America takes a cut out of her dance. So feel free to tip her on top of that dance as well.
Actually, can I add to that if you don't mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
The dancer is actually paying her own cover charge when she walks in the door.
That is
just
absolutely correct.
like you. So please help her make that back because
Yeah.
she's not there for free.
The house fees can vary wildly from club to club, but yeah, they pay a house fee. They pay a fee for every dance they do. These dancers, they're starting out in the hole. But the other thing is, frankly, it's just rude to not tip. If you're sitting there staring at a girl and she's on the pole and she's swinging around, risking life and limb, taking her top off in front of you or going all the way nude if it's a fully nude club, it's rude to not tip. Now, another etiquette thing we'll cover in a future episode is if the dancer doesn't come down and thank you for tipping, don't feel bad about not tipping her the next time she's on stage. But the first time you're up there, you and your buddies are sitting there, there's 6 of you staring at her on stage, tip her a few bucks. Every single set counts for these girls, and they only get 4 to 6 sets a night. Now, what they make on those sets is the bulk of their money, unless they go to VIP or one of these curtain rooms. But really, their psychological profile, their mental state of how they're feeling about the night depends on the tip.
Now, I did wanted to add something. You were saying 4 to 6 sets a night. You and I both have worked at a place where some of those rotations are a little bit longer, and they only get to go up once.
Yeah,
maybe
that's
even
absolutely
twice.
true. Yeah, I mean, I've worked with clubs where girls went on the main stage once a night. I mean, there's clubs that run 60 to 80 girls, and that's her opportunity to make money is that 8-minute set, because your average song's about 4 minutes. And don't be the creepy guy that waits, the baller on a budget, waits till the top comes out to tip her. Tip a little bit during the first song, then pace it out and tip a little bit during the second song. Just don't wait till the top comes off.
Yeah, and I think you might have wanted to add something about blowing your wad early.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's another episode coming up.
Okay.
But pace yourself. Don't spend, if you're there with 5, 6 of your buddies, don't spend everything you've got in the first hour and then sit there broke for the next 3 hours because your friends are pacing themselves and still have money. It's all about how deep your own personal pockets are and how much imagination you have. But by all means, she's counting on those tips. You'll hear DJs across the country say, ladies and gentlemen, she works for you and you alone. Well, it is you and you alone. That's who she works for. If you're not tipping her, she's working for free. And she's invested in her costume, her shoes. Her shoes cost more than that Kia you drove in most of the time. So she's made an investment to be there. You want to keep her in a good mood and keep the party going. That's how you do it. It's all about the tip.
Oh, yeah, live and die by it.
Oh, you live by the tip, you die by the tip, baby. That's just the way it works. But I don't care if you work at Domino's or if you work, for Denny's. You live and die by the tip there. And it's shocking how many people that work for tips come into a club and don't realize that, hey, that girl on stage works for tips too. Mm-hmm. And by the way, just because you're tipping here does not give you a license to grab her boobs or pinch her. Be respectful while you're sitting at the stage tipping her. She'll respect you a lot more, and she's going to come talk to you because you seem like a decent human being instead of one of these bar flies. But I gave her $5.
I'm glad you had mentioned that because, yeah, I've had issues with that in the past before.
Yeah, but they corrected you. The doorman said, "Hey, dude, don't do that anymore."
Well, I was not talking about that, but no, you had mentioned that just because you tip them a lot doesn't mean give you the ability or the authority to start being grabby. Or, well, hey, I gave you this much so you could look away. No, that's not. No, you gave that to me.
Yeah, and
it's a donation.
Also includes your security and your DJs. If you're tipping the staff, that doesn't mean you get to break the rules. Absolutely, they have to enforce the rules because the thing every gentleman's club, every bar in America, their most valued possession is their liquor license. And if they let you screw around and mess up and do stupid stuff and lose their liquor license over it, they all lose their jobs. And trust me, we're all qualified to work other places. We like the club. We're coming for your job if we lose it because of you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. But no, I mean, tip security guy, like I was saying, but that doesn't give you a license to break the rules. It just means he's going to help you to your cab later on. But I'll tell you what, that is our episode 6. That is tipping. You know it's important. Don't forget to tip. I'm Kevin. This is Behind the Velvet Rope. Class dismissed.